In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to create an R project using RStudio. So first, click on the RStudio icon if it's on your toolbar, or search on your device for RStudio, making sure to not put a space between R and Studio. Open the app, and once it opens, go to the very top left-hand corner and click on File, then click on New Project. From here, click on New Directory, and then again, New Project. Here we want to give this new project a name, maybe call it something like Statistics Course, and then you can click Browse to determine where on your device you want this project to be saved. For example, I might want to save it to my desktop. I then just simply need to click Create Project. Now, I'm not finished at this point. What I now need to do is look down here and click on New Folder, and firstly enter the name of a folder called Data. You'll see that the Data folder has now appeared. I then want to do that same process again and create what's called a Scripts folder. If that Scripts folder doesn't appear, sometimes you just need to refresh what's being shown. And to do that, you can click on these little dots at the top and then click back into Statistics Course. And you'll see now that the Data and Scripts folders are both appearing. When it comes to working in an R project, what you want to do is save your data sets to this Data folder and then save your scripts to this Scripts folder. So, for example, I can actually close RStudio now, and you'll see that on my desktop there is this Statistics Course folder. That is the R project that I've created. I can open up this folder, and if I want to, I can open up each of the Data and Scripts folders separately. And what I want to do is save some data and some scripts in these folders. So, for example, on my computer, if I go to the folder where I know there are some data files, data files are typically in this .csv file format, which are Microsoft Excel comma-separated values files. What I can do is I can right-click on that and copy. And then if I go back to my desktop here, click into the Statistics Course project and go into my Data folder, I can now right-click and paste. If I do that one more time, but this time look at a script file, script files are typically .r, so they are an R file. So I can once again right-click, copy that, go back to my Statistics Course folder, and this time into the Scripts subfolder, and right-click, paste. Now I can close this file folder structure, and I can go back into my Statistics Course folder, and then click on this R project file. This is the actual file that you would use to open RStudio from this R project. And you will see now that I have two folders, as I did before, but inside each of these folders now I have the data set and the script file. And if you set up your R project in this way, and you put all of your data files in the Data folder and all of your scripts in the Scripts folder, then it will make your life much more simple when it comes to actually coding in R. Specifically, the reason why this makes your life so straightforward is that if I now go into my Scripts folder and click to open my script, I know, because I wrote this script, that towards the end of this script there is a section that shows you firstly how to check your working directory, and then how to import files from an R project. So, firstly, to check your working directory, note that the working directory in RStudio is the folder that R is currently looking in to find files that you ask it for. And to check your current working directory, you can just simply run the function getWD. So if I click anywhere on this line of code and then press run, it will send that instruction to the console and execute that line of code. And what it's telling me here is the folder that R is currently looking for things. And you can see that this is in my desktop in the folder called Statistics Course. So I know that R is looking in this location to find what it needs. Then, when I come to import the CSV file, which is the data file that exists within the data folder, I can use this function called read.csv. And importantly, what I need to do is simply type the name of the dataset, which is respiratoryflow.csv, but I need to put data / before that. And the reason for that is it's currently looking in the statistics course folder, and so this line of code will tell it to go into the data folder and then find the relevant file. So if I run that line of code, it will import my flow data from that folder. And that's it. That's all it takes to create an R project, save your data and script files into the relevant subfolders, and then check your working directory and import a data file directly into RStudio from your R project.